right, what's up, guys? Ralph Ramon here.
Dynamic Doug.
So, back to the NSL recap, baby. We got a week 12, 12 weeks in the books. We're already what, 3/4 of the way through the season?
Yeah, we're covering 2 weeks on this recap because we missed last week. So.
Yep. Starting to get close to the playoffs. It's starting to get real. Okay. First, I'd like to give some shout outs. So, high rollers last week, we had Mr. Chris Robinson, $1,495, $1,495. So, Chris high roller.
Oh, yeah.
2 of the top 3 high rollers were from the Hyenas, Chris and Kai. 2 of the top 3 high rollers. And then,
Hyenas
of course, William is in there.
Yeah, they're coming in. Hyenas are coming into their own for sure.
I
think we can wait to talk about William. I think that's our guy right there for last week.
Yep. Nice. We'll bring that up in a bit. Cool. You want to cover last week?
Yeah, so let's talk about the actual team, the team matchups. Let's go all the way back to week 11 first. So in week 11, the money team went up against the Sharks. It was surprisingly a good competition. The Sharks are coming into their own. Nice. A lot of that groundwork that Wayne's has been laying is starting to pay off finally. And the money team hit a little misstep there. And so they only brought in 23 points. They're more of a 30 to 50 point production team. And they brought in 23 against the Sharks, which were at 16. Again, they're starting to get some traction over there, but it wasn't enough. TMT came away with that one. Corpus Christi Closers versus the Houston Hyenas. Again, Corpus Christi, both of their teams are getting traction now. Corpus Christi Closers with 16 points, and the Hyenas, a little slowdown there with 25 points 2 weeks ago. And then the Texans versus MDU. MDU, their production 2 weeks ago was fantastic at 37 points. They were the top team 2 weeks ago against the Texans with 13 points. And our up-and-coming Houston Rainmakers with 7 points against, they had a bye week last week, as well as the Heavy Hitters had a bye week as well. So Heavy Hitters brought in 2 points. Jaime's doing his thing solo right now. And then Robert in Houston has a few people under his belt now. He's getting his head count up. So going into week 12 now.
Yeah, so man, these competitions are not looking so one-sided anymore. These are actually getting pretty competitive. They're getting pretty close now. So we're gonna see how this really shapes up over the next couple weeks. Week 12, Corpus Christi Closers and the Sharks. So Closers, 26 points. Corpus Christi Closers, nice. I think that might be one of their highest points of the.
So there was a lot of smack talking going on. I mean, I think Wayne was traveling that week. Wayne's our VP. He was traveling to Dallas, and Carlos didn't even want to wait to have a meeting. He went straight out to the field. That's the coach of the Corpus Christi Closers. He's been their only production up until about 3 weeks ago, and now he's got Tim on his team as well as Ryan.
Yep.
And
I've been seeing them lighting up the scoreboard, man.
Yeah, they've been lighting it up, and so they took down the Sharks 26 points to 19. But both teams improving week over week.
Yep. Nice. I like the civil wars, the home battles like that. That's fun. Money team and Heavy Hitters. I mean, Money team came back with 37 points and they took that one. So glad to see they're coming back on that upslope, man. It's good. This was a nice one here. Yeah. Hyenas and MDU. Hyenas 44 points to MDU 41 points. Man. That's a close ball game right there.
Yeah, they were going back and forth, and they're currently going back and forth for the month-to-date top team as well. So we'll cover that too.
Yep. And then Texans and Rainmakers on the bye. So to the monthly.
But I would point out that the Houston Rainmakers brought in 20 points last week. That's 3 times as much as any prior week that they're bringing in right there. So fantastic job, Robert.
Okay.
Team's doing well over there. Actually catching up to the Sharks. So if those guys play each other again, that'll be a good competition.
I'm starting to see a little shift here. Some of those lower producing teams are coming up, and then some of those top dogs are almost leveling out a little bit. Like, we gotta.
But here's the question: is it too late?
Well, 6 teams are going to make it to the playoffs, guys. So talk about that for a second. Top 6 teams, okay? Number 1 and number 2 seed are going to get a first-round bye. And then the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th seed are going to play against each other in that first round. So that's the way the playoffs are going to shape up. So that means a lot of people got a chance to get into, at least make it to the dance. What's going to happen at that point, right?
So when we were going over this, we realized that the bottom 4 teams are all pretty much tied or being close to tied or will be tied after this week. So we're going to have to go off the season point total.
Yep.
We're going to have to go off the season point total.
There's a tie in the record, guys. It's going to come off the points. All right. And Corpus Christi Closers 3-6, Sharks 3-7, Texans 3-6, Heavy Hitters 3-7, and the Houston Rainmakers 2-8. So they still got a chance to creep up in there too.
Houston Rainmakers, you gotta win out.
Yeah,
you can't lose again, guys.
Yep.
We don't even have week 13 on here. Who they versus in week 13? I'll pull that up and we can wrap it up at the end.
Nice. Yep. So out of those 5 teams, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4 of them, I'm sorry, out of those 6 teams, 4 of them are still going to make it into the playoffs. It looks like right now, Money Team, MDU, and then the Hyenas are all in the hunt for that first and second round seed. Everyone else is in the hunt for that 3rd to 6th seed just to make it to the playoffs. So we'll see how that works out with the matchup this week.
All right, so back to the Houston Rainmakers. They're against the Texans this week.
Okay.
So that should be a really good matchup. Who you got, Houston Rainmakers or Texans?
I gotta go with the Rainmakers.
What?
Yeah, I gotta go with the Rainmakers.
Dang.
Man. Robert, man, they're putting up some numbers over there. Texans had a bad week last week, man. I don't know what happened. So hopefully that was a fluke, and we'll see if they bounce back. But I think Rainmakers, they're too far ahead now.
Yeah, I got to take the Rainmakers as well. I like the energy that they're bringing to the table, and they're constantly adding headcount, at least one person.
Corpus Christi Closers, Heavy Hitters. I think Corpus Christi Closers got that, man. It's not really no debate there. The Money Team and MDU.
Yeah, I think William is on a tear right now, and if they're not careful, they're gonna get beat by William alone against the Money Team. So I'm gonna take MDU.
Yeah, go Money Team. Going the Money Team. I'm here in San Antonio this week. I was in their meeting today, and I feel like they got a good solid game plan for the week, man. So I think they're gonna pull it through. I feel like Money Team's gonna put up 50+ points this week. That's my prediction. Wow. All right, that's my prediction.
Maybe a little bet there, I think. All right.
Houston Hyenas and Apache, so they're on a bye basically. Hyenas, and then Sharks on the bye as well. So what do you think? Money Team over under 50 points.
Over under 50. Oh, I don't want to bet against them getting 50 points. That'd be great. And I think MDU can get 52.
Yeah.
So MDU versus the Money Team.
Okay.
Same thing. You want to win your money back?
Oh yeah, $100.
Yeah, do it. Sounds good.
All right. 100. Gotta give him 100 back.
So that's the teams. Let's talk about the high rollers throughout the company. The last couple weeks. Last week in particular. So we've been talking about the Corpus Christi Closers a lot. They've been gaining traction over there. They got their new rookie killing it right now. He's at 35 points month to date. He had 14 points last week. So that's high roll. No, not quite high rolling company, but definitely in the top 3 of the company last week. And then Carlos Boutron, their fearless coach and leader, at 11 points. So he did well last week. Going to the Money Team, where you're putting all your eggs right now. We got Justin with 10 points and Kimberly Saws with 13 points last week. She's coming back after a rough couple weeks and dealing with the medical stuff about a month ago. So she's making her comeback right now with 13 points.
One thing I want to point out back to Tim real quick. This guy's put up 14 points 2 of the last 3 weeks. Right? So it's not a fluke. This guy might be the real deal. So that's awesome, man. Good stuff over there, Tim.
And so the Houston Rainmakers, Robert Rodriguez leading the charge over there, their coach and leader with 10 points, and then the rest of the team contributing to get their 20 for last week. And then Eric Robinson. Eric Robinson's been incredibly consistent this month, and that has earned him 43 points month to date and 14 points last week. So he's one of our high rollers for the month and the week. And then we've got Kai Miller. Kai Miller, the prodigal son of Coach Paul Miller, with 16 points last week. And I believe, besides William Benyard, he high rolled the rest of the company.
Nice.
Yeah, so he did really well. And so let's talk about this man real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I mean, again, when you get admitted to the hospital, you have internal bleeding. You know what I mean? And then that's what happened to William last week. But then you turn around. I don't know how he's doing this from the hospital bed, but he had 34 points last week.
God.
He had his highest point total.
Man.
I don't know about the season, but the month for sure. He had his highest point total of his last 4 weeks in a hospital bed.
Man.
In a hospital bed.
That's just man, that's just pure determination, man. That's the will to win.
Tried to get this guy to stop working every day. It was just like, hey, concentrate on your health. Worry about your health is most important. Like, without your health, you can't sell.
He's
you know what I mean?
This guy's a machine.
He just couldn't stop. Couldn't stop. His phone kept ringing. He kept answering it. He kept closing deals. And so for me, I strong recommendation for him for MVP for last week because he overcame that adversity. You know, most people would have rolled over and said, "Hey, I'm literally bleeding internally. I'm gonna take a chill pill," but he didn't.
Turned it up.
Week. He turned it up.
Yeah, he turned it up.
He's been incredibly consistent on the month as well, with 90 points on the month. So you know he's without a doubt going to be our top producer for the month, unless somebody just has this insane week ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's been a big reason for MDU being at the top of the leaderboards right now.
Yep.
And so, what do you think?
Absolutely. William, man, MVP for sure, man. Nobody deserves it more than this guy. Like I said, it's just incredible what he's doing. You know, like 99% of people would have just, I'm gonna take a break, but instead he don't take breaks. All gas, no breaks. You know, and it's just amazing what he's doing, man. So that's very inspiring for sure.
Absolutely. And because of that, right now, the month-to-date top teams in product sold, or not product sold. Here we go.
Points.
The monthly top team in points right now is MDU with 116 points, and the Hyenas are coming right behind them with 115 points. We got a dogfight for the top team for the month.
Nice.
And likely kind of a little prediction for the Super Bowl, I'd say. Those two teams are definitely going to be competitive in the Super Bowl.
Money team might be the only one that really kind of creeps up in there, but
yeah, the money team is at 94 points right now, so they're not too far behind. Only doing about 8 or 9% less production on the month, so they're definitely still a heavy hitter there. But most of their production came in the first 2 weeks of the month. So
yep. I don't know if man, MDU and Hyenas, so top team for the month.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is tough.
Got me off guard on that one.
Very tough. I want to say Hyenas, but then again, man, MDU is just, and they got a new person. Doesn't MDU have a new person?
MDU has a new hire in Baton Rouge that's starting this week.
It was another 100 products.
And actually, they have 2 new people. They have a new hire in San Antonio that's starting this week. So,
but it's gonna be too late for the month.
Probably, you know, get these pipelines going.
Hyenas will take it this month. I think MDU will take it next month.
Okay, yeah, I agree because they're gonna. They could potentially increase their production by 20 to 30% now that they have 2 people and they're doubling their headcount essentially.
So Super Bowl prediction: MDU is going to be strong around that time. A couple months from now, we get these 2 new guys. They're literally going to double their headcount. They've been doing all this with 2 people. Now they're going to 4 people. Yeah. So Super Bowl time comes around, man. Unless these other teams, Hyenas and Money Team, or someone else really steps up and really turns on their recruiting and really hits that gas pedal, I don't know who's going to be able to stop MDU at that time.
Hyenas, the Money Team, they're really going to be the 2, you know, with the head count right now. They've got to increase their head count. They got to get up to like 15 people, and they have to have a commercial team of probably 5 dedicated people doing nothing but commercial, because that's where they're going to make up. That's the reason that Hyenas are even competing with MDU right now, is because of the point differential with commercial to residential. And so they've really got to increase their head count. Got to get consistent, solid production going in order to compete with MDU long term, especially if these 2 new people they hired start kicking off.
It's heating up, baby. It's heating up. It's getting real. We're starting to get back down to getting into the playoffs. Good stuff. Top team?
Yeah, one more thing to highlight. I think this is the first time anybody's beat MDU for weekly top team.
Okay. So Hyenas 44 points, MDU 41 points. Money Team right behind them with 37 points. So, all right, good job, guys. Good job. Let's see what happens. Cool. I think that's it, guys. So, Ralph Ramon here.
Doug Mitchell.
All right, let's make it a good one.